What's up, guys? Today we're going over a dim feature that you need to be using if you're not already, and that is on their new loadouts, which 100% changes the way you can play this game and how convenient it is to make builds on different characters and swap between them. And you can even share it to your friends or people in the community, that way they can copy your build and easily put it on. So in this video, I'm going to be quickly going over how it all works and showing you how to perfect your builds in Destiny 2 using these tools. So first, if we just go over to dim, up at the top, you can go ahead and click loadouts, and then you can choose between all three of your characters. So let's go ahead and start off with Warlock. It's very straightforward. If you're making your own build, what you do is simply just equip all the parts of your build, and it'll just be right here under equipped, and you can just simply save the loadout. So this is my headstone build. I can name it Headstone Stasis, and that is pretty much it. You can save it. As you can see, it saves these per category, and I usually just click off the ghost, emblem, ships, and vehicle because I'll need that to change when I'm changing my build. And what you can do is, let's say I like the Ice Luna, but let's say I want my peace bomb with headstone, I can put that there too. That way when I click on this build, it will move both of these weapons to my character. It will first equip the Ice Luna, but that will also be my inventory. And for my injury weapons, I only want to use that. But for power weapons, let's say I want Sleeper and I want my sword skating sword, I can do that too. But then for the rest, my armor is exactly what I had equipped above. My exact stasis loadout is right here, along with all my mods I'm using. So I can just quickly hit save, and that is now a saved build. So now I can click apply, which will put all this on my character for me and automatically change all the mods, put all the armor on, put all the weapons on. And you can even do that from the main inventory screen right here. If you just click on your character, once you make some loadouts, they'll be on the bottom, and you just simply click it and it will start applying it. Obviously I already have it on, but let's say I don't have it on in game. I can show you right here what will happen when I click it. As you see, it just start automatically changing everything for you. And depending on what you need to be converted on your armor, it takes like 10 to 15 seconds maybe, and that's gonna be way better than trying to find all your armor, all your mods, and change them all around again. And just simply clicking that button in dim will do it all for you. Then once you have a build, let's say you want to share it with a friend or someone like me trying to share it with you guys, which I will be doing in the future, all you have to do is click this button right here, share build settings, and it will copy a custom URL to the build. And let's just see what that will look like if you do it at home. As you see, it takes you to this page where you have to first like determine what armor you want. And some reason when you copy the URL, it does not save like the exotic, which I hope they fix at some point. So first thing you gotta do is just click the exotic I'm using in the build, which is Verities. Then as you see, it has all the mods I'm using. And if you don't want to use like the exact same discipline and recovery mods and things like that, you can just click out of those if you want. But obviously all the combat style mods and all the artifact mods are in here too, along with double grenade kickstart and stuff like that. And even further than that, what you can do is you can say how much recovery you want. So you see right here, it says my max recovery is 9.5, which obviously isn't great. Then max right here for my discipline sense. So let's say I 100% want 10 discipline. Then for recovery, I want 9. And the reason I only want 9 for this is because it's not taking into account my fragments on stasis. One of my fragments on stasis gives me plus 10 recovery. So this will actually be 10 in the game. As you see, there's only 2 I can make. What I can do to see if that will change is if I scroll down and go to no upgrades, right here I can select what materials can be used to max out the armor. So with no upgrades, it's just going to take whatever you have in your vault. So let's just say you have some god roll armor you threw in your vault and never messed with. It's just going to take it at whatever stats it is right now. But if I put these different materials in, so for example, the bottom one, which is just use everything, it doesn't matter, it will assume that I'm going to fully upgrade all the armor and it will max out those stats. So now doing that, as you see, there is quite a bit more that I can make. Actually, quite a lot more different combinations, assuming that I upgrade all the armor in my vault. So now I can make the recovery 10, and once again, that will drop me down to only 2 possible combinations. But let's say once again, I don't need tier 10, I only need tier 9. So now I can do all of this once again. So let's say the next most important stat to me is gonna be intellect, and it says my max is 5. So I'm gonna go ahead and put tier 5. And once again, that will limit me down to, what's that, like 6 now? And from there, I can pick which one I want, whichever one seems the best. And yeah, that is how that works. And this is the one I already have on in the actual game right now. So that would be the one I would save myself. But just for showing off how it would work further, I'm just gonna go ahead and click this one right here. And as you see, I'll just call it test or something like that. And the first thing you'll notice is there's no weapons a part of the build, because obviously it's not a guarantee that you'll have the exact same weapons as me. So from programming side, they can't do that. So all you would have to do is then go in here and click the weapons you want, the ones I'm using in my build, or the equivalent ones that you have at home. And that is pretty much it. And then you just save it and you're good to go. The one thing I'll have to figure out, and you guys will have to give me feedback on as we do this more and more often, is if I should leave these minor and regular discipline mods in like the build in the URL, or if I should just take them out and just copy the build for you guys with the normal mods, for example, the combat style or like the different ammo finders and stuff like that. Because depending on exactly your setup and your armor, you know, you're going to be using different mods than these ones. So it might be better overall just to leave these empty for you guys, because it's going to be very unique for each individual person. I would say the one downside of this dim right now, which I'm sure they're going to be working on and making it better, is trying to figure out exactly the stat distribution you want. So when you're trying to optimize your armor, it doesn't really tell you like the actual max you could get if you could apply any of like the general armor mods, like the discipline mods or minor discipline mods. So if you look here in the build, I can go ahead and click out all the minor ones I had on. Then what I can do is, let's say I want it to be able to use all these mods, but you can't really do that on the site. All you can really do is just click 5 of them, and those will be the 5 it will try to use on your armor, instead of just saying use any of them freely, and whichever one results in the highest stat, that will be the ones I want. You just can't simply do that on the site. So I think that is the only downside of dim right now. And that's why I also use D2 Armor Picker, which I will also link in the description. And this one is a lot more straightforward in terms of optimizing your armor, in my opinion. So you can go ahead and click what character. So I'm on Warlock. Then simply just click whatever exotic you want. So Verity Sprout, for example. And there's all kinds of more selections you can do if you really, really want to get into it. But you can just simply click what level of each category you want. And as you see, if I click different ones, let's say to discipline to tier 10, that one becomes grayed out because it's no longer possible. So let's do tier 7. Now you see I can only do that, can only do that, only do that. So it's very, very intuitive of how it works, and it will automatically use different mods, unlike dim, and find the highest stat total you can on your account, instead of dim where you have to first pick which of those mods you want to use, which doesn't really help because you won't know exactly which ones you need until you have the armor in the first place. So it's kind of like a big loophole where D2 Armor Picker will do all that for you. So yeah, in the future, whenever I make a build on this channel, I will definitely share the build settings. And as we do it more and more, like I said, we'll figure out the best way to go about these mods right here. I'm assuming I just leave them out and it'll make it easier for you guys at home. But definitely start using those if you want to try out the builds. And if you have your own build already equipped, just go ahead and save it as a loadout. That way, if you change off for like a Nightfall, something like that, or a raid, you can just go straight back to it when you're done. And before you know it, here in like a year, once people start using this a lot more often, I'm sure I will have multiple builds on every character, and really will never manage my actual inventory in the game. So down below in the comments, I'll definitely pin my Headstone Stasis build, which is the one I uploaded a few days ago. Then on tie-in, I also have my Peregrine Greaves champion build already saved, so I'll link that one too, along with the Walking Nuke, which is the sword one I made earlier in the season. Fortunately, I don't have any on Hunter right now, but the next time I make a Hunter build, I'll definitely be linking that. And like I said, in about a year or so, I'm sure I'll have like 100 per character after all the builds I make. But overall, this is a really cool feature that will completely make the game easier for players like me and you that like to take advantage of all these different builds. And now we have a way to store them and equip them whenever we need them. Anyways, that's gonna be it for the video. I definitely want to get this out before I start using it in the future. That way you guys know how it works and how to use the D2 Armor Picker. That way you guys understand what is going on and how to optimize your build. Like usual, thanks for watching. Catch you guys next time.